Hi, Sally Walker here, your hormone and slow age expert. So let's talk a little bit about doses of vitamins, okay? So let's get to understand some of the terminology, okay? So when you look on your little pots of supplements, you will see the letters RDA, which is recommended daily allowance, or you'll see maybe possibly ODA. Definitely if you start Googling or searching for doses of vitamins, you will see the RDAs and the ODAs. So the ODAs is the optimal daily allowance. Okay. So what does this mean? So the RDA, well, this is the dose which is necessary to avoid disease such as scurvy and rickets. So back in the day, when scurvy was discovered as such, well, maybe a few years after it was discovered, but it was found that having a certain level of vitamin C in your diet would actually prevent scurvy. And so this is what the RDA is. I think it's around 600 milligrams per day, which is around the RDA for vitamin C to prevent you getting scurvy. So the ODA is the optimal dose. So this is a dose recommended for an optimal body function. So not getting a disease is obviously very important, but it doesn't mean to say that your body is functioning optimally. So perhaps we need to get more than the 600 milligrams of vitamin C a day. And there are some that will definitely say we need to be getting 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 grams of vitamin C a day. That this would be more optimal. But the optimal doses, I think, will be very different from person to person because it will reflect very much your diet. So if you're eating lots of fruits, especially the fruits which have been ripened on the plant, so they've been harvested when they are ripe, so they've been ripened in the sun kind of thing, then they're going to have lots and lovely vitamins in them. So if we're eating a diet with lots of vitamin C, then possibly we don't need to supplement in high doses. So maybe the 1 gram a day will be enough for you. Maybe it won't. It depends. As I said, this is not an easy thing to measure, and it has very much to do with your lifestyle, the way the foods you eat, the way you live your life, etc. If you're smoking, if you're drinking, all of these different things will increase your need for certain nutrients. And have a look in the blog because I've gone through all of the particular vitamins, where we find them, the doses that are necessary, and the things which are going to increase your need for these vitamins. So have a little read further down and it'll give you all the information. So the RDAs and the ODAs. And they're also what we call therapeutic levels. And this can also be known as megavitamin therapy, apparently. Now, this could be your doctor, which is saying that you need to have high levels, but it could also be an alternative practitioner, which means that you should be having high levels. And this would be based on possibly urine testing. It would be based on some testing that is showing quite clearly that you are deficient in whichever vitamin it is. Yeah. So, looking at the RDAs, definitely making sure you're getting enough of that, and possibly considering you needing a little bit more, so going through to the ODA, somewhere around there. So a question I'm always asked is, Sally, if I take a multivitamin, so if I take one of these combi supplements, is this good? Is this going to is this going to be good for me? Well, the multivitamins they offer all the different vitamins, or some of them at least, but they also offer you some minerals, and then some of these combinations will maybe also offer some herbals as well. And so it's a concoction, if you like, of the different vitamins, minerals, and some herbals, etc. Now, is this good? Well, it depends on many things. I mean, the first thing is, how much do you need all of these different vitamins? You might be deficient in B3, but you might not be deficient in any of the others. So you might be wasting your money. Then you want to look at, well, how well do you absorb all of these nutrients that are in this little pill? You might not be absorbing them very well because they're not in a form which is well absorbed in the body. So there's lots of different things. But all I think is, is quite important here is that there was a study of 161,000 postmenopausal ladies. So for you postmenopausal ladies, listen in now, okay? And it did not provide any convincing evidence that the multivitamin was any good in influencing the risk of common cancers, cardiovascular disease in these postmenopausal ladies. So I would say save your money. See, I do believe that life is a journey, and we will have periods of time in our life when we can be deficient in some of these vitamins, especially the Bs, because we don't store any of them apart from B12. We can become deficient, and they're also so important for energy production. So there can be periods of time in our life where we're possibly more stressed. We need to be making more energy, and because we're not having enough of the B vitamins, when you're stressed, you don't tend to eat right, do you? So they could be beneficial. And I must admit that the Bs are something which I do recommend very often to my menopausal ladies, both the perimenopausal and the menopause and the postmenopausal ladies. In that turbulent time, very often taking a B supplement can be very good. But it's just the Bs. We're not putting anything else in there. We're not putting any other minerals. We're not putting any herbals in there. We're just taking a B complex. So I am of the opinion that you should be wary. You should save your money on these multis, because many of them can be very expensive, and get yourself tested. Testing is always the best way forward. Talk to someone like me, and let's discover if you really do need to top up with some of these vitamins or some of these minerals for that matter, and which particular ones that might be, so you save your money on all the ones that you don't need. Happy hormones. Happy life.